Did you know that there's 110 different types of Vibrio bacteria living in our oceans? You say, what is Vibrio? Probably the one you're most familiar with is cholera, Vibrio cholerae, I think it is. But anyhow, we call it cholera. There's Vibrio vulnificus. There's Vibrio I can't even say it. Which was vulnificus was blamed for a number of deaths in Florida. So anyhow, the reason I mention this in the context of our day and our conversation is that Vibrio bacteria in the North Atlantic, and most of them are pathogenic. That is, they cause disease in humans. Cholera can cause death. It causes, a diarrhea that's so bad that people dehydrate and die from dehydration. Vibrio bacteria have seen a 150 to 200% increase in their populations. In fact, as high as a 300% increase in their populations in the North Atlantic. Excuse me. Pardon me. This was a study that was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. They write the primary reason, or they wrote that this is a piece, by the way, where I'm getting this from is from the Huffington Post. They wrote that the average global sea temperatures have risen about 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit since the 1950s. They looked at the North Atlantic from 1958 to 2011 at water samples that contain bacteria, and they found a 200- to 3-fold increase, 200 to 300% increase in these bacteria. Warmth-loving bacteria is growing in abundance and posing an increased risk to human health as waters heat up. The primary reason for this spike is climate change-fueled temperature increases in parts of the Atlantic Ocean. So here we have a fossil fuel industry, oil, natural gas, and coal, run by and promoted by people who, by this point in time, have to know that they're killing the world or damaging the world, certainly. That's undisputable. We're seeing a 2- to 3-fold increase in these really deadly bacteria in our coastal waters and in Europe's coastal waters. 80,000 illnesses and 100,000 and 100 deaths in the United States every year just from Vibrio. And what are we doing about it? Upkiss. Well, the Obama administration has tried doing something about it. I was very heartened to hear in our report from Luke Vargas with Talk Media News that the administration has been using this, I think he said $36 per ton as the externality costs of burning carbon fuels as a metric for their calculations and whatnot. That is great. I mean, we should just, come up with a $36 per ton carbon tax. Very straightforward stuff. And make these sociopaths pay for the damage that they're doing. It would also, by the way, make fossil fuels uneconomical, and it would make wind and solar and geothermal and biomass and wave power and other forms of energy very, very affordable relative to the cost of carbon fuels. But this is just another example, in my opinion, another terrible example of the sociopathy of business. The Supreme Court has said that businesses can buy politicians. There's enough politicians, people like Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell in Congress, who are willing to say, sure, give me enough money, I'll say anything. Okay, great. Here's a bunch of money. Say that there's no such thing as global warming. There's no such thing as global warming. Mike Pence, Donald Trump. We'll give you money, we'll give you power. If you just say there's no such thing as global warming. Meanwhile, we are killing people. Lack of empathy? It seems to keep coming back to that.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.